Let's stay in the NL West.
Okay.
Padres.
Yeah, down the freeway.
Look at my shirt.
Oof.
You see it? I'm wearing a Xander Bogaerts shirt.
I mean, they've been making all the moves, or trying to make all the moves, and that is the first one that stuck.
It is.
It is.
Shout out to the Padres
I love
for making it happen, because that team and their division that has been their Padre for the better part of for a decade is not going in the right direction while the Padres are. And guess what? They're coming off of a playoffs where they beat them.
They got the last laugh.
In a big series, in a rivalry that only the Padres thought it was a rivalry. Guess what? We now have on our hands a rivalry. The Padres knock them out of the playoffs. The Dodgers win one game in the playoffs. The Padres continue to get better this offseason. Xander Bogaerts, 11 years, $280 million to the Padres. Fernando Tatis coming back at some point. This roster is incredible, and the Dodgers aren't going in the right direction. They're going in opposite directions right now. So I really like this for the Padres, and here's why. I have a lot to talk about here. One, I was on a tweet firestorm the night this happened because for a cornucopia of reasons, right? You hear, oh, the Padres signed Xander Bogaerts to 11 years, $280 million. There's people out there that are saying, oh, my God, 11 years, $280 million. What are you doing? That's a bad signing. He's not worth it. Let me make one thing very, very clear. This isn't your money. It's just the team that you root for. So you want that guy on your team. And if it's not the team that you root for, then you're just justifying your team not getting him by feeling better saying they overpaid for a guy. Who cares? The owner's worth billions of dollars. He doesn't care about a few extra $1 million or a few extra years to sign a guy. They got a stud shortstop, and the Red Sox do not. He's now in San Diego, and that's all that matters. Here's my tweet, one of many that night. Anyone saying player X, get it? X. Player X isn't worth that much money. One, it's not your money. Two, these owners are billionaires. Three, them paying this much money clearly tells you how profitable owning a baseball franchise really is. And four, go get players. No excuses. I love what the Padres are doing. They were in hard on Trey Turner for $360 million. They were in hard for Aaron Judge at $400 million. And then they pivoted to the next best option, which is Xander Bogaerts, who is a stud this offseason. He's a stud in his career. He was a big free agent pickup for them. And I absolutely love it. Is 11 years, $280 million steep? Yeah, to us it sure would be. If you have billions of dollars, who cares? In 11 years, when he's making $25 million a year, the average stud in Major League Baseball will probably be making $100 million a year at that point. What does an owner care about $25 million a year when you can get 5 years of a guy in his prime, an all-star that is an absolute stud? I love the pickup for the Padres, and anybody saying it's a steep price, just be quiet. It's not your money.
Deep breath. That was great. No, but the Padres needed a win here. You mentioned it. They went big after Aaron Judge and Trey Turner, and they got denied by both of them. Xander Bogaerts is a big pickup. And when you look at the top of the Padres lineup right now, it is insane. Once Fernando Tatis Jr. is back, you got Fernando Tatis Jr., Juan Soto, Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts. 1 through 4 is insane for any starting pitcher to face, any pitcher to face. Like, they are going to be unstoppable. They should be unstoppable. And I think they have the best lineup in the NL West right now.
Yeah, I have no, they have the best lineup in the NL West. And there's an argument that they have the best lineup in the game of baseball, which I sat here, a week or so ago and said the Phillies do.
Yeah.
And then the Padres go out and add Xander Bogaerts. And I still think there's an argument for the Phillies. You just look how deep. I mean, Alec Boehm, Nick Castellanos are down there in like the 7th spot. It's like that's insane. So the depth there, but the top 4-5 guys that the Padres are going to have in their lineup is perhaps the best that we have ever seen. I mean, good Lord, Fernando Tatis, when he does come back, as you said, Tatis, Soto, Machado, Bogaerts. That's just a insane all-star team.
That's scary.
What are we even how's that even possible?
Right? That's what I'm saying.
It's like having an MLB The Show team and you have trade, you have like computer trade generator off and they accept whatever you send their way and you can just build whatever lineup you want. That's what they're doing. Padres add Xander Bogaerts. I absolutely love the move. You got to give him extra years to get him out of Boston. You had to go a little above and beyond, and they did just that. Padres got their guy. Red Sox lose their guy, which brings me to another point that I might get equally as heated about.
Yeah, what are you doing as a big market team, letting your top players go?
You know what? We should have known. We should have known when the Red Sox traded away Babe Ruth. We should have known. It's been a theme.
Forever.
We should. It was a writing on the wall, right? Mookie Betts.
When someone shows you who they are, believe them. And we didn't believe them.
Yeah, we saw back in 1914 who the Red Sox really were. They're a team that would trade Babe Ruth.
I'm sorry.
For $100,000 in
Sorry,
cash.
Boston fans.
And then fast forward 100 years, and what do you have? Oh, we have this homegrown guy, Mookie Betts. He's an MVP. No, out of town.
Bye.
We're not going to pay you when we should have paid you. Oh, Xander Bogaerts, a homegrown guy? Nope, out of town. And the theme becomes you're not paying guys when they should be paid. Xander Bogaerts, would the Red Sox have had to pay 11 years, $280 million to keep him? Well, or would they have done that? I don't know. Maybe not. But guess what? When you should have re-signed him last year, wrapped up your guy to a long-term deal, you didn't do it because you couldn't get it done. And it's the same thing that happened with Mookie Betts. And I'm not quite privy to the negotiations with Babe Ruth and how that went down, but probably the same way. I mean, it's getting ridiculous what this fan base is having to endure. Luckily, they've won multiple titles over the course of the last decade plus. But that's the only saving grace here because it's been ridiculous the way that they are treating their own players, their own fan base, when these owners are, like we've been talking about with all of these other teams, billionaires that have the money to do it. I don't understand why they're not doing it. It's now become a theme, and it's now going to become a problem for them to re-sign Rafael Devers because he knows everything that's happening here. He saw how they treated Mookie Betts when he said he wanted $200 million and the Red Sox wouldn't meet it. And then he said, oh, I want $300 million. Red Sox wouldn't meet it. And then the Dodgers become in play, and then the Red Sox are then like, oh, we'll get to 200. Oh, okay, I guess we'll get to 300. No, it's too late. Do it when you have to do it to show your guy that you care about them.
Yep.
Who cares about anything else? Show your guys that you care about them and show your fan base that you care about their favorite player. Don't keep shipping their favorite players out of town because you waited too long to get a deal done. And that's what happened with Xander Bogaerts. That's what happened with Mookie, and it's becoming a theme, and you can't let it happen again with Rafael Devers. But who right now is believing that the Red Sox will do the right thing by Rafael Devers? I know he's not. I know the fan base isn't, and I know I'm not.
No, and it's like this is a big market team. Owner worth around $4 billion. The Yankees owner is also worth around $4 billion. So it's like you have the money. Owners need to be spending the money. We talked about it earlier with Steve Cohen, what he is doing. You got to spend money to make money, to sell tickets, to have fans in the stands, to buy new jerseys. You're ultimately doing the opposite thing. You're upsetting your fan base. You're not getting a new flashy big player that fans want to come see to fill your seats. I feel sad for the Red Sox fan base, ultimately.
They are being done.
I'm sorry.
It feels like they're being done dirty. It does. Like, you bring in Trevor Story, bring in a little excitement because, oh my God, think how you compare those two. No, it turns out Trevor Story is just the replacement guy. Just rinse, repeat with all of their main stars. And it's frustrating. And this tweet from Ty Anderson, extremely weird to watch the Padres spend $920 million on 3 players while the Red Sox let the core of the greatest team in franchise history walk for magic beans and comp picks in real time. It's true. Yeah. So who cares? Pay him when you should have gotten it done is my feeling here. We should have seen it coming. Mm-hmm. And when they traded Babe Ruth for $100,000 in cash. It sent the Red Sox into 80-something years of irrelevance, and it's frustrating because it seems like they're just sending away a core that they walked into. They had this core together, and it's just next thing you know, they're all out the door for what should have been a signing for a long, long time and keeping that core together. So it's frustrating.
When people show you who they are, believe them.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.